Hi, I'm Ben Lumsden, and I am the head of studio here at the Imaginarium. Imaginarium was set up with the premise that we could be a centre of excellence for the art and craft of performance capture in Europe. Performance capture is a fantastic technique. It's a fantastic set of tools that gives you life and soul going into a character. It works in conjunction with traditional keyframe animation, which is in itself a fantastic skill set. But performance capture, I would say, is a new art form, or relatively new, certainly in the world of films and video games. We're really excited to be working with Cloud Imperium Games on this fantastic project, Star Citizen. It's a really exciting project for us to be involved in, working with Chris, who's a visionary, and his fantastic team, who have a huge scale and ambition for what's a very exciting project.
My name is Steve Bender, and I'm the animation director at Cloud Imperium Games. One of our goals in Star Citizen is to create as realistic of a world that we can. One of those ways of doing that is to utilize motion capture and performance capture as a tool to allow us to be able to create a whole lot of motions, a whole lot of situations, whether you're on a planet that's very wealthy or religious or a nightclub or things like that. That gives us the ability to make a whole lot of content and to make unique experiences on each planet.
Hi, my name is Michael Barclay. I'm the lead level designer at Cloud Imperium Games. So as lead level designer, I've been brought down to consult on the environments that we've worked on at CIG, trying to add as much expertise as I can to guide the motion sets that we're going to be recording and where the performances are actually being shot. What kind of atmosphere and what kind of emotion we're trying to convey in each part of the level. Yeah, this is the first time I've been on a motion set. It's been awesome.
Phil Bella, lead designer, Squadron 42.
My name's Dave Haddock. I'm the lead writer at Cloud Imperium Games.
Yeah, so we've come over this week just to get our heads around the way it works, and it's been an eye-opener. It's just the process involved. We'll go off and write like a list of anims, but we'll just go and plonk in, like your parrot walks up to the door and kicks it, But then, like Steve's rightly pointed out, you guys need more info. So what's the backstory to the parrot? Why is he kicking the door? Who's he after? What's his like motivation and stuff like that. So it's been a lot of fun.
I'm basically here writing most of the scripts, characters, planets, backgrounds. I'm sort of heading up that aspect and working with the design team and stuff like that. I've only been on one motion capture shoot before, but it's really fascinating to see how immediately you can see the humanity brought into CG characters, and particularly with the guys here at the Imaginarium. I mean, it's the best of the best type environment. So just seeing the levels that the UK has been creating over these past few months, and then seeing actors moving through the spaces and as the characters and playing out the scenes that we've been talking about for months, it's been really exciting.
So the really exciting thing about this project for us is that we're streaming directly in engine using our pre-visualization tools, where we're streaming a virtual skeleton using our motion capture equipment straight into Motion Builder, which in itself then streams to the engine, the game engine. You can see in real time, very close to the final result. It's been an exciting week in the sense that we're learning different things about the way that we're going to be working together. One thing that excited me a lot over the last couple of days was Mike Barclay has been sitting on the sandbox machine, and he's the level designer. He's actually been designing levels in a bespoke way, dependent on what we've been doing on set. And that's a very cool, new and interesting way of working that has never been done before.
Being able to see the characters move around the environments with the high fidelity animation, which is being streamed to the engine at real time, it's been a massive help for us. The level designers get to see how the characters are actually going to engage with the space, and we can go back and take that experience to continue to develop those spaces. And now the challenge for us is to make sure that our environments meet the fidelity of the animations that we're seeing, so we can control the space and control the emotional flow of the level exactly how we want to.
The thing that motion capture gives us, especially with human characters and in our combat, in our persistent universe and things like that, is it allows us to work with experienced actors and talent that are able to bring their personal experiences and their personal knowledge to whatever it is that we're doing.
It's been very interesting to see what the actors bring to the performance. In your head you'll picture how you kind of do it, but then when you see a pro doing it, he brings a lot more to the table. It's all the little touches, It's all the little things they do, and you do pick up on it.
Yeah, the interesting thing about putting a script in the hand of an actor is you've been sitting with these things for months now. The idea, the characters, the backgrounds, the motivations, all that stuff. And then you give it to an actor who's coming into it fresh. So they actually ask a lot of interesting questions that you have taken for granted because you remember 3 drafts ago where you addressed, their dying kitty, which made them turn to a life of crime, but you got rid of it since then, but that's always lingered in the back of your head. So seeing how people come to material fresh has always been very interesting. And then also, subsequently, their interpretation of it. What nuances do they bring to the performance that make it their own and really make it feel alive?
In our second week of motion capture at the Imaginarium, we're going to focus primarily on combat. And to do that, we're bringing in some very experienced combat soldiers and a military advisor to help create interesting situations and interesting results that we might not otherwise get by just going a sort of traditional AI way. We've been talking about how do we realize some of the aliens in Star Citizen. And one of the things that we're going to test on the motion capture set is what happens if we have an experienced stunt actor come in and work through some of these motions for the aliens. What is it that the Xi'an look like? How is it that they move? And what is the regality of them or the barbarianism of them? What about the Vandul or other characters within the Star Citizen universe? We will also spend a whole lot of time in doing pre-visualization so that from an animation and from a design standpoint, we're able to do a lot of motions that are not singular motions, but they're all together in a particular performance or in a particular, if you're shooting like a movie scene or something like this. And then we can take those things and we can bring them to our design team, to our animation teams, to our code teams, and we can say, this is what we're looking for. This is going to be magic in the game. And how do we do that? How do we make that happen?
Here at the Imaginarium, we have some of the best performance capture and motion capture talent in the world. We're so excited by this project. It's a fantastic project, enormous in its scope, and we know that we can really do it justice by bringing fantastic world-class facilities and techniques and tools to this amazingly ambitious project.